The last question has been asked by the Leader of the Opposition. The question is about whether the government will introduce a bill to amend Section 25 of the Constitution to give effect to land expropriation without compensation instead of expropriation with nil compensation. The Honourable Deputy President.
Thank you very much, Honourable Deputy Speaker. Honourable Deputy Speaker, accelerating land reform remains the key priority of our government. I'm glad that Honourable Hlophe is also concerned about this matter. Previously, we updated this august House on the work that is done by the Interministerial Committee on Land Reform and Agriculture. For example, in the past 5 years alone, the Interministerial Committee, through the relevant departments and state organs, has redistributed more than 300,000 hectares, where more than 127,000 hectares allocated to women, 111,000 to young people, and 2,781 hectares to people with disabilities. And this is between the period 2019 to 2024 this year. About 2.3 million people have benefited from land restitution, where a total of 25 billion rand was spent on the restitution of more than 3 million hectares of land. An additional 22.5 billion rand has been spent on financial compensation for those beneficiaries who opted to receive financial compensation instead of the land being transferred to them. Honourable Hlophe, this matter of the introduction of a bill to amend Section 25 of the Constitution falls within the structures of Parliament. Honourable members will remember that in the 6th Parliament, the Parliament established the Joint Constitutional Review Committee, which conducted public hearings in all provinces of South Africa to get public inputs on the amendment of Section 25 of the Constitution. This process culminated into the development of a bill that was aimed at amending Section 25 of the Constitution to allow for expropriation of land without compensation. However, the National Assembly could not pass the bill since its support could not meet the required 2/3 majority for the 18th Amendment of the Constitution. Honourable Deputy Speaker, the current constitutional framework provides for expropriation of property subject to just and equitable compensation. To this end, Parliament has passed the Appropriation Bill, which has been sent to the President for assent. The bill provides for the expropriation of property for public purposes or in the public interests and other matters connected therewith. Let me assure this House that our agenda of accelerating land reform and land restitution will continue. However, we are certain that once the President has completed his consultation process and assented to the bill into law to become an Expropriation Act, government will be in a better position to accelerate the pace of land reform, land restitution, and sustainable development that will benefit all the people of South Africa. I thank you, Honourable Deputy Speaker.
The first supplementary question will be asked by the Leader of the Opposition.
Thank you very much, Honourable Deputy Speaker. Deputy President, good afternoon to you.
Afternoon, Honorable.
Thank you. The question related more to expropriation of land without compensation.
Yes.
But the follow-up question is as follows. Do you concede, Deputy President, that the absence of a bill relating to expropriation of land without compensation, rather than this vague and deceptive notion of nil compensation, the absence of a bill before Parliament is a clear indication of the government's unwillingness to address the issue of land reform? And given the ANC's conference resolution and overwhelming demand of the masses in terms of submissions to Parliament, can you please respond to MK's view that the nil compensation notion amounts to no more than a sellout posture? If you do not agree that it is a sellout posture, kindly clarify to us how nil compensation fulfills the spirit of genuine land redistribution as envisioned by the people of this country and as contemplated in your own conference resolution and the Freedom Charter. Thank you.
The Honourable Deputy President.
Thank you very much, Honourable Deputy Speaker. In the conference of the ANC, my recollection is that in the 55th conference, the 55th conference acknowledged and accepted the fact that we could not amend the Constitution as we wanted to. So we started there. And once we acknowledged that, the conference then said, go and implement an expropriation act. In fact, they said speed up that process because we had an old expropriation act. We needed a new one that in a way will take into account some of the things that we could not achieve by amending the Constitution. That is the act I'm referring to, Honorable Hlophe, that it's about to be signed. It may well be that maybe you may have issues with the wording thereof, but the intention is to achieve exactly that we need to be able to expropriate land without compensation where applicable. There will be, I think we use the word in the act about that we should expropriate land for public purposes or if it's in the public interest. The issue of nil compensation, well, I'll look at it, but my sense, Honorable Hlophe, is that nil compensation means you don't pay. Yeah, unless, okay, I'll check what the Oxford Dictionary says, but you don't pay. So it means it is expropriation. Where applicable, government will ensure that we don't pay. Mhlambi mele sisibheke kahle lesilungu futhi. But my point, Honorable Hlophe, is that I think let's get this bill signed, let's look at it, and to the extent that it may not have the effect of distributing land the way we want, restitution, Parliament is at liberty to look at it. Parliament is at liberty to bring back a motion to try and change the Constitution if you can get the 3/3 majority that we couldn't get before. So good luck, the one who will bring it back. mobilize a lot to get that 75% to change the constitution. But let's not waste time. I'll talk to the president, we'll sign the bill into law, and then we'll implement. A lot of work is already happening. Let's accelerate it. Let's not wait for the day we might be able to amend the constitution. Let's use this Expropriation Act. Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Speaker.